So we saw this clip. The brother was talking to the sister. I think she had the phone and she was like, hey, why aren't you treating me the same way that you used to? He's like, hey, babe, you done gained some weight.
I think he's doing the right thing because he's not cheating. He told her and she didn't change.
If they had the conversation and she doesn't seem like she's willing to make any type of changes, then there's other things that could have been done.
We all come into the relationship with expectations. You're kind of holding the guy hostage and leaving him with a gummy worm.
By the time he cheats, you better hope that's all he did.
I'm going to always say cheating is a choice.
Speaking of women who need to be told the truth, all right? So we saw this clip. Everybody saw it. I don't know if y'all saw it. It was real. I don't know. It was really well acted if it wasn't, right? Because in the clip, the brother was talking to the sister. I think she had the phone. She was talking to him and she was like, hey, why aren't you treating me the same way that you used to and all this other stuff. And he's like, hey, babe, you know what I mean? You done gained some weight. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't really popping like it used to. The attraction is not quite there like it used to be. But, and now that I think about it, it was fake because there was no way a dude was being that real on the camera for her to then post it on socials. But assuming that it was, the guy was like, hey, man, you gained weight. You had a baby like 2 years ago. You don't work out. I pay all the bills. You got the crib or whatever. And he just basically trying to express to her like, hey, what's happening? You know what I mean? Like, it's just ain't really popping. Hey, what do we need to do to support this? And she was not feeling it. She was, coming with a bunch of excuses. And the caption was like, hey, he's just ready to be cheating. And I was like, if he hadn't already, you know what I'm saying, in my mind. So my question to y'all is, I get it. You're supposed to talk to your partner, try to work through things. But if you did all that and you continue to try to do all that and she still don't budge, what else is the brother supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Put up or shut up or blow up his whole family? What are y'all thoughts? Is he between a rock and a soft place? You know what I'm
saying? That's terrible.
You're welcome.
Better than a hard place, though.
Huh?
Better than a hard place, though, Paul. So you go.
He probably would prefer to be in a hard place, but go ahead, man. Go ahead.
And so, it's funny. I have had conversations like this with my wife, and because we deal with people who are expanding their relationship in different ways, and even in that space, sometimes people don't move ethically, right? But I think he's doing the right thing. He's having a conversation, and I think he's entitled to say, "Hey, this is what I found attractive. This is what bagged me. You have failed to show me something that I would like more than what bagged me, and now you are taking what bagged me off the table. I'm at the negotiating table with you now to discuss." And now what I do think that in this real or not real, what he did was, I hope y'all got that, real or not real. Anyway, what he did was I disagree with the way he presented it. Okay. I think he should have said outright, listen, I'm not attracted to the size that you are right now. Now, and I'm not hating on the big boned people or the really skinny people, the itty bitty committee people. I'm not hating on either one of y'all. Everybody got their likes and their preferences. It's cool. There are pluses and well, anyway, there are pros and cons to both. But here's what I am saying: we're entitled to like what we like. And if the man had told her, hey, the way you're moving right now, I can't pick you, or your hip bones hurt me in doggy style, whatever it is. If he had expressed his mood and his position, he'd say, hey, I can't get down with that. I'm gonna have to find something that works with me. And she continued to be whatever she is. I think that's okay because he's not cheating. He told her and she didn't change. It was a renegotiation. The terms are now different. He can move on. I know people won't agree, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and just jump in here with my I don't agree per se. So I'm going to go with the broader perspective first. So first of all, women body changes, point blank period, is about hormones, pregnancy, stress, health conditions. Anything can cause a woman to gain weight. Matter of fact, some people just look at food and gain weight. That's just how it is sometimes. Now, what I will acknowledge is that if they had the conversation and she doesn't seem like she's willing to make any type of changes in any shape, way, or form, then there's other things that could have been done. Because if weight gain isn't just from going to the gym, because I saw through the clip, the fake clip, real clip, whatever, that he was like, you don't go to the gym. Well, technically 90% of weight gain is the food that you eat. So maybe it's just a matter of having healthier choices in the house and she taking advantage of those healthier choices, particularly since she's a stay-at-home mom. There are some things that she can do to change her diet, which, by the way, my sisters, we need to talk about that obesity rate within our community. So even though this could like it was for him, his attraction, it should be for you as well, because you should want to be healthy, even with recognizing all this other stress and hormonal change and so forth that may come with the various things that come in life. I think cheating is a choice still. And so They had the conversation supposedly in this thing, but it says for better or for worse. So are you telling me that your attraction or your marriage vows were conditional 100% while you're expecting 100% loyalty? So now if she went out and said, oh, you know what? I'm not attracted to you anymore because you don't listen to me, because women are emotional. So if you're not listening to her or anything like that, does that give her the right to go and cheat? Especially if she had the conversation. But that's not what this is about. Let's get back to attraction. At the end of the day, I feel like in his particular case, if he constantly expressed this and she's not willing to recognize that for her own personal health benefit, this is something that she should be doing for herself. And at the same time, recognizing that, hey, I do need to do something to keep my marriage strong, then there's a problem there. So then she needs to do some self reflection and not just rely on the fact that she had this baby 2 years ago, unless there's other medical conditions that she may be suffering from that cause her to keep this weight on. Other than that, I'm going to always say cheating is a choice.
Can I push back a little bit? In the era of Cardi B, where women say they got their wops, they don't cook, they don't clean, but that's how they get that ring. If you don't keep the wop, if it don't stay dripping, which we know biologically it really won't, right? And your body don't stay tight, which we know by gravity it really won't. Then what else you got? If you got nothing else, then shouldn't he move on to somebody else who's providing what you were providing at first that you're no longer providing? I'm just saying.
So are you saying that when she get older, as women age, does that mean she gets put out to the pasture too in the marriage then?
If
Because as we know, as you stated, gravity does cause some droppage. So does that mean when you get older and you get some ED that we should be looking outside too? I'm just saying, it's just like a ring around the rosy here. Communication always is the key. They say and compromise. So I think compromise needs to take place in this particular situation. If she's cool with him cheating, then it's not cheating. To be honest, he already renegotiated, and he renegotiated to say, "I'm going outside." That's not cheating.
Go
You
ahead,
know what
man.
else can change in a relationship too? His employment status. And if he just said, you know what? My employment status has changed and I'm okay with that. I'm good being unemployed. She's going to have a problem with that. And part of the condition of the relationship was that he stayed employed. I'm just using that example to say we all come into the relationship with expectations. And one of the expectations, of course, weight gain happens, life happens, things change, but the expectation that you're going to do your best and make a good faith effort to be the best version of yourself for me. That's what's not happening. And that is the violation of the terms and agreement. Like, are you at least making an effort? It could be diet, exercise, an environmental change, whatever. But the point is, you're not making a good faith effort. You're basically telling that man, F you, you just get the body I get because what are you going to do? You have no recourse. You're kind of holding the guy hostage and leaving him with a gummy worm. And I think that's not cool. And if it were the other way around, women would have an issue with it, and they should. And that's my take.
Yes, you know what, Delvin? Thank you, right? Because I was listening to the other two people. Well, no, Jay made some sense too, but not really. And S&M certainly didn't make any sense. What I mean? But I mean, she already prefaced it by emotional ears. I'm a woman, blah blah blah. So I mean, what are we to expect?
There's that
But
listening piece. There we go.
I mean, listen, I'm just recounting what you did. I'm being held to account. You said, "Oh, listen to ears, emotional ears." So I'm like, okay, you're right, because what you said made absolutely very little sense. And let me tell you why. It made sense for womenese, and let me tell you why. Because Delvin's absolutely right. Right? Like, I think what's not stressed enough is the violation that has happened multiple times. It's like, I think women need to hear this. By the time he cheats, you better hope that's all he did, right? Because the amount of times you violated that man and he had to take it silently, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he cheats in a way that he's trying to keep it from you because it shows he still cares. Right? If he is, she is just indiscriminately, it's the relationship is the walking dead. Okay. That's how men break up sometimes. We just get real reckless and hope that you have the courage to end the relationship.
Once again, y'all ask why women file for divorce. There you go, because
Yeah,
you want her to. You're a
listen,
prisoner to. But anyways,
if we go keep it a buck, when I hear that number, I do understand that maybe 30% of that is really for niggas too, right? It was like, homie just didn't have the balls to do it, right? Because it's hard, right? Because as the man, how are you gonna leave because you're not happy? right? How can you be honest and say, I'm leaving because I talked to her so many times. She wouldn't do anything to try to meet me halfway for all the ways I was dissatisfied in the relationship. And it just manifested through her diet, or at least how it showed up in terms of physically. And what's not said is when y'all feel fat, and y'all be knowing y'all feel fat or whatever, y'all don't feel sexy. Y'all show up as people who have less confidence too. It'd be one thing if you gained the weight and you still showed up as the bouncy bitch that was jumping off the dresser, but you don't. You show up as the frumpy bitch who's mad at the world sometimes, low-key trying to blame me for the fact that you don't have the discipline to get your shit together when it comes to maintaining your weight, right? Let's stop playing these fucking games. The reason why that video was a fucking skit is because most men do not have the gumption or whatever verb or word you want to use to be that brutally honest with the person he loves. Why? Because sometimes women use their emotional frailty as a safeguard from honesty sometimes. And so, yes, how is that man supposed to navigate this minefield of your emotions, all your excuses, your hormones, and all the litany of things that S&M mentioned in regards to the fact that you're not doing one single fucking thing to address the problem? Right? If it was that, most men would understand, okay, you're having hormonal issues. If it was something, okay, cool, you got us. But there's a lot of y'all that ain't got no other issues but just laziness and not giving a fuckness. Or maybe have mild depression. If that's the case, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? If you need some counseling, that's cool too. But like, come on, man. Because I feel like sometimes y'all be emotional and holding that shit hostage on a nigga like Delvin said. Okay? Which brings me to my final point on this particular point. Okay? Hey, listen, sometimes cheating is your best option, my guy. I hate to be that guy, but I'm tired of y'all niggas lying on these goddamn podcasts. Fuck it. Okay? I'm gonna tell you why. Okay? Because that man could be at his wit's end. Jay talk about, oh, you could just leave, you know? You could. No, he can't. No, he can't. He got to sit there and think about leaving his fucking kids who he loves for real, right? Like, you know what I mean? He wants to wake up and be there when they come home from school and shit. So now he got to make a calculated decision on whether or not I could tolerate this bitch, right? Long enough, right? To maintain my family and not be a total fucking failure, right? And so, yes, he could try to talk to her, but she's not going to hear that shit. So what else he's going to fucking do? But figure out a way to maintain his sanity by finding him a side piece who can at least be there for him in the way that his wife cannot be. Okay? I mean, what are we talking about? How is he going to do it? Oh, he's going to go and tell her? No, you're not going to do that. She's not going to go for that. That don't make no damn sense. It's like niggas who escape prison. You know what I'm saying? You know you'll get caught at some point in time, but fuck it. Enjoy the time that you have. You know what I'm saying? because at this point, think about it, your kids, depending on how long you got till 18, that's your prison sentence right there, right? So hopefully you can just cheat responsibly and not put your family in danger through diseases or having other children, right? Just be smart about it. But if you can maintain that, you can maintain your sanity and you might be able to maintain your family. Okay, I'm not saying I condone this, but what I'm tired of is people not acting like it doesn't make logical sense sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It does. Because if you get to keep your family and you get to stay home with your kids and maintain your relationship, and what you gotta do is find a chick who's cool with that you can get your fuck on every now and then. I mean, come on. I mean, what's your other options? Leave or suffer silently? I mean, come on, man.
So we appreciate that truth that you putting out here in the, what I'm going to call it, Ethernet for now. So thank you for that.
I'm sorry. One last thing. I'm sorry. One last thing. And here's the key. If you communicate like that brother did, and she still don't do anything, the chances of you recovering from a cheat is much higher. You know why? Because you can always point back to the fact that you told her ass that you were not happy, that you were not satisfied. Yes, it might be rough, okay? And yes, you gotta hold your ground. Yes, you're sorry, but damn, bitch, this is what you led me to. How many times I told you, right? It's a very delicate balance, but the chances of you surviving that cheat is much higher if you communicate your displeasure, no matter how subtly, along the way, okay? Because in her mind, she's gonna realize, damn, I did this to him, right? And she might forgive you.